Hey guys, Mike here. So today we're going to talk about Palantir stock and SOFI stock news with everything that came out this week for both of them. Obviously some news that helped push Palantir up again this week and why they have a really good chance in the next 10 to 15 days to actually go over 30. And we'll go through all that. And then with SOFI, Bloomberg came out and explain why they think they're extremely undervalued. And we'll go through that data. Don't forget, we got earnings coming up in the next 10 days for both of these stocks. And also, as a quick reminder, don't forget that BlockFi is increasing their stablecoin rate once again. This time it will be 9% on your stablecoins on most of them, starting November 1st. And then on Tether, you can get 9.5%, which is absolutely huge. If you do want to sign up for the credit card to earn 1.5% back in Bitcoin every purchase, you can do that as well. All you got to do is hit the link in the description below. There's two of them, one for the credit card and one for the BlockFi account. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Palantir stock first. And starting off with Palantir stock chart, you can see it went up another 6% this week. And you know, we look here, obviously I thought it was going to consolidate, but actually, no, it seems to be moving up on this upward trend line, even though we haven't had earnings yet, which of course these other upward trend lines started right after earnings. Normally it sells off the day after earnings and then starts to proceed up. But this one's starting off early, so I don't know if we're going to have a pullback before earnings or not, but we'll get to see on that. And you just look, I mean, here's the runs we've had after earnings. You're looking at right around 44% over 48 days on the earnings back in May. And then if we pull up and look at the ones that were in August, you're looking at around 17% on that move up. And of course, the next resistance line, which always gives us trouble, is at 27.50. If we can just get above that, start consolidating, I think that'll be good for the stock. And the good thing is, over at our friends at TipRanks, Jeffries came out with a price target of $31, a position of buy about 5 days ago. And if you look at this analyst here, Brent Thiel, we can look right over here at him, and we see that out of 7,717, he is ranked number 32 with a 73% success rate and with an average of 31% returns. And TipRanks is actually having a 20% off sale right now for Halloween, so just click that link right there. It'll take you over and you can get 20% off. 30-day money-back guarantee, so give it a shot, see how you like it. It's on sale. And of course, the big news that came out for Palantir this week was they got into the crypto round, which I've been waiting for, with Foundry for crypto right here. And really what the Foundry for cryptos is actually going to allow these companies to do is, one, security for sure, go over complex data and actually, enable data-driven internal product roadmaps a lot faster than they would have, along with external campaigns and governance. And also what they're looking at here is automatically integrating transactions and smart contract data from top main chains to enable rich analytics with low, no code, all the way back to the Genesis block. And something else came out about crypto was a company named Elementis, which is a link to Palantir because it's part of their Foundry for Builders program, and one of their executives used to work for Palantir as well. They raised $12 million for a crypto intelligence platform. And as you can see, their president worked at Palantir for 10 years, most recently as the head of investigations. And like I said, they added Elementis to its Foundry for Builders program, which means not only obviously are that an investment for them, that's also a client as well. And I think a lot of people are waiting for Palantir to get into crypto, and can they help crypto companies out? Absolutely. Right? I don't know any software that can analyze and break down data faster than Palantir and help them with security, which is a big reason a lot of people stay out of crypto in the first place. And so this is just huge because crypto is so new, guys. I mean, it's literally like a baby right now. Okay, it's not even a toddler yet, and so it's just getting started. So for them to get on the ground floor like this, it's just going to be huge for them. More sources of income. We'll see how that works out for them. And obviously, with earnings coming up and things like that, data we need to look at is the revenue broken down from government to commercial, from what countries they operate in. And I did come across some data on that. And so if you look right here, this obviously breaks it down. These are revenues coming out of France, United Kingdom, United States, and the rest of the world combined. As you can see, obviously the United States leads by a mile, and this is broken down by quarter. But you can see that the rest of the world, other countries they're operating in, they're growing every year. France is kind of stagnant. The United Kingdom is growing slowly. America's obviously grown quite a bit since 2019, as you can see right there. And then just looking at how Palantir actually compares to, some counterparts in the tech sector. You can see right here on the left, this is price to sales ratio. You can see there's Snow over there with 120 price to sales ratio, and then Palantir is down at 36. So that's actually the 5th lowest on this one. Then you look over to the right and you got revenue growth percent for 1 year. You can see obviously Snow is killing it at 104, and then Palantir is around 49, Crowd's around 69.7. And so you just kind of see how they work with their counterparts here and how they could seem actually undervalued. And so just taking all that data into consideration, looking at the contracts they've already achieved this quarter, and then looking at how their stock reacts to earnings, which normally in the last few quarters it sells off the next day and then goes on these runs, as you can see in the chart right there. There's a very good possibility where we're at now that yes, it should go over 30, assuming we all think earnings is going to be a beat for them, and then of course the forecast going forward stays as is or is even better. That's the key. But I don't see where bottlenecks. I mean, their job is, the good thing for them is a lot of people are getting killed after earnings because they're talking about the supply chain bottlenecks, stuff like that. Well, Palantir's job is to help companies with that, okay? And so that shouldn't affect them too much. We'll see, but I think they have a great shot of going over 30, somewhere between 32, 34 bucks, somewhere in that range. And so the whole question is, can they finally maintain over 27.50? Let's get to that first. Consolidate and see if we can break above 30 and stay there. And so, but I think they do have a very good shot at it. I think that's the reason why you saw Jeffries come out, give them a $31 price target, rate them as a buy. And so it doesn't surprise me a bit. And so now let's go ahead and get into SOFI and start off with the chart and what it's been doing last week and what it's going to do going forward. And as always, guys, let me know down in the comments what you think Palantir is going to do. And so you can see with SOFI, obviously, about 3.4% this week. It did maintain its support level, though, and of course, earnings coming up right there. And you can kind of see how it's responded to earnings in the past, with a 24% run up in about 9 days after earnings in May. And then they had a nice drop after earnings in August, because that's when they had those one-time expenses and things come up on that one, we should not have this time. And then in September, obviously, they started going on a nice little run up. And so now let's get into why Bloomberg believes they're extremely undervalued.
So SOFI is the first neobank or online-only bank to go public. And it's really, we think, the one that most challenges the traditional banks. So we see a few catalysts in the coming months that can push estimates and valuations higher. 2022, we think, is going to bring, just in general, a better consumer lending environment. And that's 80% of SOFI's revenue. Plus, it's the only neobank with a true super app, right, that serves up all major financial services in a mobile, integrated way. So between more lending and greater adoption of the app, our 2022 analysis points to 63% revenue growth for SOFI, and that's compared to consensus estimates for 50% growth. Now, on top of this, the company is poised to be granted a banking license really at any time. This can drive 76% EBITDA upside next year. So considering these better fundamentals and then the trading multiples of some mobile financial, fintech, and bank tech peers, we think SOFI stock is undervalued by 15 to 25%.
And so 15 to 25% undervalued is really good. And don't forget, I mean, they always go conservative, right? So I'm thinking between 30, 33% undervalued. And we're going to see when earnings comes out over the next 9 days of what they've had and what's going to happen. But I do believe, yes, 2022 is no doubt it's going to be a better lending year, and especially going to help SOFI when hopefully they get the student loans back on track and things like that. And so, there is one thing I'm going to show you that if you look right here, and if we go back over to our friend at TipRanks, I'm going to show you a new feature, which I'm definitely tracking for SOFI now. And if you look to the left, it's called website traffic. And so they're working on a company which allows us to actually track whether or not the traffic going to SOFI's website or anybody's website is increasing or decreasing, right? You have website traffic and then year over year right here. And so if you look right here, it's going to let us know as we scroll across whether the traffic is increasing or increasing year over year or as the year goes on. And you can see SOFI's traffic has been increasing quite a bit year over year. And then if we just scroll down, it'll kind of give us the summary right here. Now what this tells us is monthly growth in September was 13% on their websites. This is all devices, okay? Mobile, computer, all that. And then quarter to date growth, 36%. And then year to date growth, 44%. And then we can actually go down and see where all the traffic's coming from. Obviously the United States makes up 95% of their traffic, but they do have some from Canada, the United Kingdom, Serbia, which I would never would have guessed. And like I said, if you're interested in TipRanks, they got that 20% off sale right now just for Halloween. Just hit on that link, give it a shot, 30-day money back guarantee, okay guys? And so I like that feature because, you know, obviously SOFI, Amazon, any of those companies depend on their website, right, for all their traffic. It's huge to see, is it continuing to grow, which it actually is. Now, of course, SOFI is the 5th largest neobank, as they call it, out there. And so the difference between it and so many others is the fact that you have so much cross-selling going on where customers are using more than one of their products versus their competitors. And that's why you see with them, you know, 50 billion plus in funded loans, 2.6 million members, 22 billion plus in debt paid off by their members. And then looking at some of their competitors, Chimes, Vero, Marcus, you can see like they are, you know, in competition and offer either the same rates or services these companies don't offer, right? The savings yield they're competitive on, personal loans they're competitive on. You see Chime, Vero don't offer any of that stuff. Home equity loans, nobody else offers that in this category. Student loans, obviously, they lead the way. The other companies don't even offer these right now. And just adding some more competitors, you can see right here, this is all the products they offer. And you know, nobody even matches SOFI except maybe Moneyline, but even they don't even come close. You can see right here with all the products they actually have. I mean, Moneyline maybe will have individual stocks and crypto trading roll out at some point in time, but you know, SOFI already has that right now, plus with IPOs. And so with all those products, with the cross-selling they're doing, which the other companies really aren't doing right now, and being able to lower their costs to acquire a customer versus the rest of these banks, especially traditional banks. And plus, if they can get this bank charter, which a lot of people think they're going to announce during their earnings call, which they might, which would be a huge boost. You know, you're looking at around, I think Bloomberg estimated around 15% they could add to their EBITDA just in 1 year if they can get that, and then add almost $1 billion in EBITDA through 2025, which would be just huge. Plus it will allow them to offer, you know, their customers even better loan services and products that others just can't match with that. And so that would be enormous. Plus what they're also doing, you know, there's like 250 million people in the country that still do traditional banks. You know, SoFi is targeting around 75 million of those. They're looking at middle class, you know, earners who earn usually more than 100,000, somewhere in that range. But even if they can get a fraction of that, that would be huge, obviously, for the companies. You see they keep growing their members more and more and more. They obviously have a great marketing strategy they're using, stuff like that. And so, you know, we're going to see how this works out. I think it's just nothing but great upside, but they got to get that bank charter, because that will definitely separate them from the rest of their competitors, and that will be enormous for them as usual. You know, let me know in the comments what you think about that, or if you got any news on that, of course. And so if you got anything out of it, you know, as usual, hit that like, subscribe button, share the video. Really appreciate that, guys. And also don't forget to hit that link down there at the bottom, sign up for a BlockFi account to earn 9% starting November 1st on your Stablecoins, 9.5% on your Tether, and 4 to 5% on your other cryptocurrency, as well as earn the 1.5% back on Bitcoin for every purchase you make on that credit card, guys. I will see you later.